Since I'll go back with another video, I'm Strange Wang. He is Nate. Today we're doing top 5 vampire movies in honor of Renfield. And he'll tell you how we do our top 5s.
He's going to start with his 5 and 4. I'll give my 5 and 4, 3, 2, 3, 2. Then we trade off number 1s. We also have something called the Zemeckis rule, which just means if we both have the same movie on our list, but one person has it 2 slots or higher, we just talk about it once when we get to it on the higher person's list.
My number 4 is going to be the remake of Fright Night. Colin Farrell, he's a cool ass motherfucker.
He is.
He makes a cool ass vampire. It makes that character intriguing, cool, where you get close to it and then you get fucked up. It follows the story of the original with small little updates to make it unique and to make it its own. And I like that a lot. But just the casting, I thought the casting was pretty damn good. So because of that, I liked it. And it left out the werewolf, which I didn't really get the werewolf in the first one, but
it is what it is. It is what it is.
Next, 1932, Dracula. I used to love watching Universal Monster movies as a kid. So going back, revisiting this, and realizing this is like what laid the groundwork for all vampire movies. And like everything we like really know about vampires is because of this movie.
Yeah.
And it's really
I
good.
mean, Dracula, easily the most famous vampire. So
yeah. Like Bela Lugosi's Dracula as well. It's so well acted and set designs incredible. Special effects for the 30s is actually not half bad. So it's a classic. It's not something I'm going to rewatch as much as the other 3 on my list. But you got to give respect is due. Because it is a very good movie as well.
I've never seen it. Yeah.
Well, check it out sometime.
Yeah, I think I will. My list, basically I got to choose from the like 7 vampire movies that I've seen, which made it really easy to cut 2.
I also saw 6 or 7 too.
Because that just means I get to cut Twilight out completely, and it means I get to cut, as much as I love Mel Brooks, I get to cut Dracula Love Bites out because that's a terrible movie.
I've never seen that.
I loved it when I was a kid, but like, it's not a good movie.
You've only seen 7 vampire movies?
I might have seen more. Well, okay, I guess if you count like, I didn't really think about Blade.
Okay, I was
and
about to
like
say
Underworld.
I don't know anything about Underworld. I was like, this motherfucker had Blade. Well, number 5, Blade 3.
No. So, anyways, my number 5. A lot of this is still nostalgia based. Some of it isn't. But my number 5 is Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire.
Sick.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was my shit as a kid.
Yeah, good one.
That and Luck of the Irish. That was my 2 favorite Disney originals.
So, don't always get to put a Disney Channel original movie on a list, but for vampire movies where there just really aren't a lot of really good ones out there, I feel like this was appropriate. If I went back and watched it now, it would probably be like, yeah, this really isn't that good of a movie, but that's kind of how a lot of Disney Channel original movies are if you go back and watch them, so just don't keep the image that you have of them in your head. Don't rewatch them. I made that mistake with Halloween Town a couple years ago. Man, those movies are really bad. But yeah, it's like Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. The kids know he's a vampire. They're trying to save Mom from it. They end up winning. But like, when you're a kid, you love movies where kids are the protagonists and adults don't get it because you just like that idea of being smarter than adults. So, I really enjoyed that movie, and I'm glad I got to put it on a list. Number 4 for me is going to be Hotel Transylvania. I actually really, really like this movie. I didn't plan on seeing this movie.
Surprise, motherfucker.
It was, we have a drive-in theater that's like,
Double feature.
40 minutes, an hour from here. But when you get a ticket, it's always a double feature. And what was Hotel Transylvania? I didn't go to see Hotel Transylvania. I went to see another movie. I can't even remember what that one was. But Hotel Transylvania was the double feature. And so I watched it at the drive-in, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's got a lot of like really sentimental like father-daughter stuff in it, actually. And minus the like super goofy shit they do because it's a kids movie. It's actually full of a lot of heart. I really enjoy it, and Homeboy's voiced by Adam Sandler, so I can dig it.
I can dig it too. I've never seen it. Shout out to the Same Man though.
Yeah.
Love the Same Man. Number 3 for me is gonna be Dusk Till Dawn. You have a movie where Quentin Tarantino be sucking toes and killing vampires. It's a insane, weird acid trip of a vampire movie where you just have these horror icons and legends in this movie just putting stakes in vampires and bullets and taking all the tropes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put George Clooney in this movie too, and it just makes it even weirder.
Yeah.
Because, like, George Clooney wouldn't be in that movie. Oh, yes, he is.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking weird. But B-rate movie icons in this movie galore. And it has a famous scene of Selma Hayek doing her little striptease or whatever.
Right.
So, you got weird and good. Like, the bar's called the Titty Twister. Like, it's just trashy, fun cinema.
Yeah.
And you know you're getting that, and you're walking out of it with a big smile because you just see these vampires die in ridiculous fucking cool ways. So that's why I made my list. Very easily watchable. Man, Tarantino's in it.
Is this true?
Yeah, it's true. He is.
Number 2 is going to be Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant.
Reluctant?
Yeah, that word. Werewolf.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?
Dracula. He's the main villain.
Yeah.
He gets Shaggy kidnapped.
I didn't even really think
He
about
gets
that.
him turned into a... I didn't have very many picks. He gets Shaggy turned to a werewolf and makes him race in this racing tournament of monsters. And he's just a fucking goonie. Like, he surrounds himself with such dipshits. It's hard for him to be a good vampire because these, like, morons are fucking up his, like, plans and shit. You got the 2 hunchback twins and that motherfucker, like...
Yeah.
And then, like, Frankenstein, he's a fucking idiot savant. The goo monster, he's nasty. He's like...
He's goo.
Yeah. And, Frankenstein's wife, like, she's just electrocuting her neck or something. Like, you don't know what that lady's doing. But he gets so frustrated because the people he has around him are fucking idiots. And he just calls them morons and everything. And it's just hilarious because you don't really see Scooby-Doo in an environment where there are real monsters too often.
Right.
And then on top of that, for it to be so self-aware and be like, man, these people are fucking idiots. These are bad monsters.
Yeah.
It just adds an extra layer of comedy onto it as an adult. So, I love it.
Nice.
Favorite Scooby-Doo movie.
I dig it.
Hands down.
Yeah. So, my number 3, you told me you just watched it. You didn't like it that much, but it is what it is. My number 3 is Bram Stoker's Dracula.
This is the one you just watched, too?
No. I saw this a really long time ago.
There's 2, and I didn't get to see the Lost Boys yet.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have time.
Yeah, so the one... Well, we'll get to it. I didn't even know this movie existed that I watched. But...
Okay.
Anyways, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yeah, I mean, it's like... I saw it when I was like an early teen, and I don't know why that movie just really stuck with me. I really just dig the costume. I think it's more of an aesthetic thing.
Yeah.
I really dug
beautiful.
the costume design and like the setting and all that stuff. And I'll admit, it's a little bit boring. Like, it kind of drags a little bit to me. And
so much style and no substance.
But I really, really liked it, and it stuck with me. And it is like a more classic Dracula tale, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's also just kind of like silly sometimes. Like
Keanu Reeves should not have been cast in
he's
that movie.
ridiculous, man. It's so funny. So that's my number 3. My number 2 is Interview with a Vampire.
Was that the one you just seen?
No.
Oh, jeez.
I knew Interview with a Vampire existed. Have you ever seen this?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I couldn't find it. I didn't own it, so I wasn't even going to try and go out and watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you get 2 of the biggest movie stars in history in a movie together, and not only the two of the biggest movie stars ever, they're like the two like pretty boys of their era. So it's kind of hard, honestly, in my opinion, for them to be bad in a movie. They've made bad movies. They are very rarely bad in the movie. So it's just an interesting take on vampires. It gets it a little more into like them not necessarily just being villains. Like, you know, they have a life that they have to live. It kind of explores the whole being like cursed with immortality aspect of being a vampire a little bit. It's a little cheesy. I mean, it's based off this kind of like semi-erotic thriller novel. But it is pretty good. I think it's worth seeing.
A lot of titties in it.
Bitch, you thirsty? Please grab Sprite.
I don't remember.
That was the only good part about Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh, the titties. Yeah.
I mean, if I'm gonna watch a shitty movie, I might as well get to see some like
Yeah.
some hard nips out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one for me is gonna be Fright Night. You have Prince Humperdinck as a vampire, and it's the greatest thing in the motherfucking world.
Humpadink.
He is one of my top five. If I had to come up with like top 5 favorite movie villains of all time, he would probably make that list of top 5 favorite movie villains of all time. He's such a charming person because he needs to lure people in, get them close, and like bite their necks and like making vampires and shit. And it's such a fun teen, not horror movie, but like Scooby-Doo-esque, where it does get a little scarier than like a Scooby-Doo would.
Yeah, sure.
But nothing to make me like piss my pants.
Mm-hmm.
And it has all the tropes and everything in it as well. And again, like you were saying with Interview with a Vampire, mom's like, oh dude, neighbor's a fucking honk. And like invites him into the house, which, okay, now he can be in the house. He was invited.
Because of that rule.
And the kids are trying to protect his mom.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend. Because his girlfriend, she's like, I might be underage, but I think I can fuck him, you know? Because he got the trance dog. So, it's just incredible. It's a fun, logical, well acted, well portrayed, well costume design, like set design to like make you really feel like this is like not happening, but like invests you in the story. And because of that, Fright Night is my favorite vampire movie of all time.
Nice.
Like, you need to watch it if you haven't. Like, just for Prince Humperdinck as a vampire.
Yeah, I will actually.
What's his name? Chris Sarandon?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Dude's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Nice.
What
Yeah.
a great...
I've never seen it, but I will watch it. Is it on something, or do you just own it?
Oh.
Okay.
Let's borrow it right now, dog.
My number one is the one that I watched for the first time today. It is called Only Lovers Left Alive. You ever heard of Only Lovers Left Alive?
No. Sounds French.
It is Tom Hiddleston and Tilda Swinton. And they're vampires, but the movie isn't really about them being vampires. It's more so just about, like, how Tom Hiddleston is just this, like, basically, like, hipster, like, I hate everything about my life. Like, it's more about just, like, how much it kind of sucks being a vampire than it is about, like, sucking necks and shit. I don't know if you would like it. It is a very Nate movie.
No, I don't think I would love to be a vampire.
But
I would love to live millions of years.
yeah, I think about that sometimes because I think about it the same way. I'm not afraid of dying. I'm just, like, bummed about it. That I don't, like, just get as much time as I want.
You know what I won't miss
Like,
out on when I die?
It's just inconvenient.
Yes.
Like
I won't miss out on so much good shit.
Sure. Well, we also might end up, because of the time we were born, we might die on the fringe of some really, really bad shit.
Yeah.
But,
Good point.
So, but anyways, yeah, it's just kind of like, it's moody, kind of this, like, indie vibe to it. Tilda Swinton is, like, a little more of, like, carefree of a character and stuff like that, but it's still mostly just about, like, these people trying to live as normal of a life as they can while also being vampires. And to me, I thought it was absolutely incredible. It was, like, such a fresh take on like a vampire movie It is like the least vampire movie there is. That's probably why I like it so much, because out of all these vampire movies, it's like vampires are cool. Like, they make decent bad guys. They have like this mysterious aura around them. They have the whole like, we're naturally charming because that's part of our like predatorial system of luring people in and all this stuff. And they have all these rules. But this one is just like Tom Hiddleston and Tilda Swinton dressed in like normal ass clothes, just trying to live a normal ass life while being a vampire at the same time. And I really fucked with it.
I really thought What We Do in the Shadows was going to make your list.
Well, that's a TV show.
That's a movie.
Is it?
It was a movie for it. It's a TV show.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Like, the movie came out like 2014.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They probably would have.
I feel like if we like had like planned this out a lot longer in advance and had time to watch more movies, our list would be completely different.
Probably.
I think Renfield, if we like did this for the next vampire movie,
Yeah.
Renfield would definitely make mine. That movie looks so good.
Yeah, it does look really good.
Like Nicolas Cage's Dracula.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Right. And Homie was in Warm Bodies,
Nicholas Hoult,
which is like another just kind of like fresh take on your classic monster. So,
but that is our top 5 vampire movies from 2 people who are dunce caps about vampire movies. But we got 3 classics on there. Well, 4 with the Scooby-Doo movie. But let us know in the comment section below your top 5 favorite vampire movies. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.
my favorite vampire movie is the like 30 seconds that Nosferatu is in SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Nosferatu!
It's not a game.